Sports Day for Kia. The all-new redesigned Kia Sportage medium SUV has been unleashed. And Lumo SA, Aussie-owned, made for Adelaide.
Very good evening, Sports Day, SA, KG and Wilds. You can play Keno from only $1 a game. Gamble responsibly. There's a draw every few minutes and always time for a spot of Keno. Our play today is a welcome Kenneth George Cunningham, who was at the Crows. You went to the media. We did this last year at the Adelaide Oval. Today was at Football Park.
At Footy Park.
What'd you make of it?
A few of the press there met Matthew Nixon, Adam Kelly and John Olsen spoke.
Yeah.
Tim Silvers. Great day. I can tell you they're excited about the recruits. There's been some negativity from the media, but Nixie's quite happy with what they've got, and they're looking forward to a very, very, very big year there.
Yeah, they reckon Rochelli's going to be a star.
Well, don't be surprised if he starts.
Yeah, I think a couple of them might start.
Yeah, I think
Zach
you're right.
Taylor as well.
Yep.
Both played against men before.
Yeah, it's like we haven't kicked the football in anger yet, and it's easier to be positive and upbeat and all that, but there was a good meeting today.
Remember last year,
positive.
KG, I asked Matthew Nix, it's a bit hard on you first year, but you haven't got the hand you got dealt. This is the hand you did get dealt without having any input. Well, he's had input now, hasn't he?
He has.
So he'd be far happier where he is, far more
Relaxed.
relaxed
Exactly.
and where they're going.
Yep, no doubt about that. He's confident of what they did last year, that they can enhance it this coming year.
Hey, did you see they had Adelaide picked for Wooden Spoon?
Who did that?
Oh, they just went through the players, the lists and all
ridiculous.
that. They said Adelaide is still rebuilding, and they think, I don't think they'll finish bottom.
No way. No
in the
way.
world.
They'll improve. Just how much, we don't know, but they certainly will improve. We also saw some shots of Thebarton Oval and the Brompton. Brompton would be fantastic, honestly.
You reckon?
Yeah, I can't say too much. No, see, there we go. You're being negative.
No, I'd rather...
You've got to be positive.
I'd rather us be right in the city somewhere for a club like that.
Well, they should have gone to the bloody aquatic centre. That's where the stuff-up came, the Adelaide City Council. Yeah. Now it's cost them millions. But what they've got planned for Thebarton and for Brompton, very, very positive.
KG,
very positive.
As the sort of build-up, if you like, to the Test series been the quietest you can imagine for an Ashes series?
Well, it has, but it's been not sort of with the weather's been bad, the pandemic's still with us and so forth. So there's all those sort of things in the way of it. But Wills, I'm so pumped about the Test series. England, Australia, the Ashes series. There's nothing bigger and better in cricket than that. And they'll go. They'll get big crowds down here at Adelaide. They'll get big crowds at the G in Sydney. No, but the preparation for both sides has been ordinary.
It's been poor.
It's been poor.
Well, they just had a quarantine today, England. They basically played nobody except internal trials, if you like.
Well, exactly. So,
and indoors.
Exactly. Now, I don't know why Australia hasn't named their side, for goodness sake.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Oh, hopefully tomorrow. There's no more cricket. They would know now who's in the team and who's
I
not.
just want to ask people with 82230000, are you excited about the upcoming Test series, or is it just creeping up on you like it is to me?
How could you not be excited about England versus Australia?
Well, it will be when it starts, but it has been for all those reasons, KG, a very poor build-up.
Well, normally when the Poms come here, they play a couple of Shield games.
Yeah, exactly.
But they haven't been able to do it because of the pandemic and the weather. But it's all going to happen, Wills, I'm telling you.
And Brisbane, they reckon a green top.
Top.
That might last 3 or 4 days.
That won't go 5 days.
Yeah. They both, I think, got terrific bowling attacks, but not... The batting's a little bit wishy-washy, isn't it?
Well, both the top orders... well, not so much ours, but England's top order is a bit iffy. There's no doubt about that. You take Joe Root out of it, and it's just ordinary.
82230000. Are you excited about or is it, as I say, has it just crept up on you? We'd love to know, because I was speaking to a couple of people today, and they said, once it gets started, KG, we'll get into it. But at the moment, I don't think it has been.
What do you expect, really, Wilds? There's been no warm-up.
Well, they could have
matches.
named a side. That would have helped.
That would have
helped. So
helped.
we started thinking, okay, these are the guys playing.
Something to talk about.
Carey or Inglis or Head or
whatever.
Kawaja.
Exactly. But there's been no lead-up games. That's been the problem. And, we haven't seen anybody. And it's just been a mess, to be quite frank.
Have your say, 82230000. Hello, Troy.
Hello, boys. I'll make a comment on this, and rather than what's on the screen. I'm not really interested. We're not going to get one over here, so why have you bothered watching it?
Or blame your Premier for that, Troy.
Now, I've heard you make a few comments about that. I'd prefer to be living here than any other place on this planet.
What about South Australia?
Gee, where are we?
We don't even wear masks, mate. I'm allowed to go
Yep.
from here up to Broome if I want to.
Troy,
Free as a bird. We are.
Are you still, Troy, are you still part of Australia? Have you sort of drifted off there?
Well, we make about 2/3 of the.
I hope they've got TV over there in Perth, Gage. That's where they'll be watching it. Hello, Brian.
Well, Troy, you're going to miss out, son. No,
Brian said he had a full career where he would have rated in the
Well, he's the best. He is the best batsman I've ever seen.
Is that right?
Oh, without a shadow of
Gee,
a doubt. That
wow.
300 in Perth
And he
against
played 4 tests.
Lily McKenzie, Locke, and so on. And he played 4 test matches.
They forgot Ian Chappell's batting at the other end who made 100, didn't he?
And Ian said it's one of the best hundreds he's ever made. No one even knew he batted. No, he's the best batsman. But Sir Garfield Sobers, there's Sobers as all-rounders go. Then there's a huge gap.
I tell this story, you might have been down there. They had this media, like celebrity game against the really good cricketers. Barry Richards played.
Yep.
And
Lovely man, Barry.
Hooksy was playing,
Yeah.
and he had said to me, "Well, none of the guys can bowl. You can bowl." Took the new ball. So I'm bowling to Barry Richards, and it slipped and it was short and went up. He's hit me not out of the first park, out of the second park, and he said, "Don't be sorry." He said, "You serve that up, son. Don't be sorry." But he was unbelievable.
Oh, he was,
the
yeah.
great Barry. No, for me though, I'm sticking with Tiger. We're going to take a break. Jared Wright, South Adelaide coach.
Yeah, gee, lost
Good
3.
bad story, isn't it?
It is a good bad story. It really is. I love the Panthers too. Love them.
We're going to come back with him. He's going to talk about Horn Francis, Arlo Draper, and Matt Roberts.
Sports Day for Kia. The all-new redesigned Kia Sportage medium SUV has been unleashed. And Lumo SA, Aussie-owned, made for Adelaide.
That's better. Sports Day SA, KG. Well, I can't even reach a button there, KG.
Now
All
I can
thanks
hear
to
you,
Weeks
Wills.
Homes. They build with steel. Trade job is available now. Call Weeks today. That's welcome, man. That's as we said, it's a great story for the kids.
Well, it is, and he's done a fantastic job with the club. They've got so close, yet they just can't get over that line for the big one.
Yeah, they lost Matt Roberts, Arlo Draper, Jason Horn,
3
Francis.
classy players.
Very good players. The coach is Jared Wright, and he joins us now. Jared, thanks for your time. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, fellas. Settled into training this week after the draft. It's been a big few weeks, but looking forward to getting stuck in again.
Congratulations on your year. Just fell one short. I mean,
Yeah.
South Adelaide, I think everybody was barracking for South, but if we could just talk about the 3 boys before we look at where you're going next. Obviously, Horn Francis has been the talk of the town. We know how good he is, but to get Arlo Draper and Matt Roberts picked up as well, I mean, feather in your cap, feather in the club's cap.
Exactly,
and
Wills.
fantastic.
Yeah, look, it's been a really positive year for the junior players' development. Mark Clayton does a terrific job through our junior programming for the last 4 years, and we really nurtured these young talented kids from when they were 14 and all the way through to their 18th year. And I guess luckier enough, in the sample and I guess the waffle programs, you can give the guys a bit of taste of league football once they're, ready for it. And we've been able to do that with Jason and, Matty, played a pretty pivotal part in our finals campaign late in the year, and Arlo had a taste of league footy at some stage late in the year too. So great story for those guys, and really glad they found a home on Thursday.
You're their coach. Tell us about their strength. What made them get picked up?
Obviously, yeah, Jason's has been pretty well documented. He's just a great footballer, and got a lot of speed, power, agility. Sees the game quite well, and he's a really strong physical competitor. So that's been pretty obviously documented over the past sort of 12 months. But Matthew is a really smart footballer, sort of a genuine footballer in regards to probably the old term. He's really smart. He reads the game and finds space, quite confidently, and has got really good, clean hands at ground level, and has got a lovely left foot. So, he'll find, I think, the Sydney environment quite good. Nice, close, I guess small space in regards to the SCG. So that'll really work to his strength with his contested possession and his skill set. And Arlo's, a really, I guess, untapped sort of talent. He's physically 180, 187. He's strong, powerful young man who's still, learning the craft of AFL football. He's only really been probably committed to footy for the last probably 2 or 3 years. So his spike's been quite upwards in regards to his development scale. So both midfielders. Robbo's probably got a little bit more high forward craft with the way he reads the game. Arlo's probably more of a stoppage.
AFL career, which is fantastic, but on the other side of the fence, like you've been smashed in previous season with the mid-season draft, nothing's gone right for South Adelaide. What about next year? You started out at the end of this year being aggressive and approaching players. Have you signed any players?
We have. Obviously, on top of the 3 players we lost, Sam Skinner was taken as a delisted free agent to Port a week before the draft as well, who from our senior program, who he was delisted by Brisbane and played 12 months in our program and got another opportunity to the Power. So there was, I guess another player that we had taken, for opportunity, which is great story for Sam. But yeah, we've been replacing. I guess our talent depth in regards to top end with Oscar Claverino's coming from St Kilda, who's another key defender who I guess essentially places Sam Skinner. Got a young lad from Carlton called Sam Ramsey. He's a 21-year-old midfielder. Again, the Melbourne kids that have been on AFL lists and just the Melbourne players in general just haven't played footy for 2 years. So a lot of these guys haven't had the opportunity to maintain their spot from the list throughout Melbourne, which is, obviously in the sample we've been lucky enough to play through the pandemic. So, Sam's a best and fairest winner for Calder Cannons in the NAB League in his 18th year and looks to be a really nice type. So, I think he could, play a good 12 months of senior football and find a home again pretty quickly. And then we've got a couple of lads from Tassie. Got a Harrison Gunther, played a couple of games for North Melbourne VFL this year and is a nice utility type. So we're starting to gain some players, so which is good. We've got a few more hopefully to land this week that missed out on rookie lifelines as delisted players. So we're hopefully we can get some ticks of approval in the next 24 hours, and then it will be set. I think for the next 12 months.
Loved your final series, Jared.
I did too.
You smoked Norwood and North Adelaide and were competitive against Glenelg. How did you review it when it was all done and dusted? Big Cert Wheel, a terrific year for South. As I said, everyone's hoping you'd make it the big dance, but a wonderful year.
Yeah, it was a great year. I guess when you set out for the start of the year, everyone has aspirations and wants to win a premiership, and obviously we do that. Every year. In the last 2 years, we've fallen 1 week short, unfortunately. But I mean, once we reflect on the season, and we lost Paul Hunter, 3 weeks before round one to St Kilda, who was clearly the most dominant ruck in all state leagues outside the AFL, and that hurts. That's the 3rd year in a row that's happened to us. So that when we reflect on the uncontrollables and consistently enough in the back end of the year to give us that double chance, to give us the best spot rather than coming off the long run up from 5th. So the players again had good experience and we'll learn from those. And me as coach will learn from those moments late in the year that we can improve on, and we just got to have another throw at the stumps next year and reset. And we've started training this week, so it comes around fast.
Just Jared, how excited are you? Because it's not far away. You've been busy recruiting, which is a very positive move.
Yeah, look, we needed to replace that top end talent. Joel Cross is retired, and Nick Schwartz, Alex Collotto, a lot of our senior stalwarts that have been given the club 8-10 year service. So we've had to replace a few. So we've gone out and we think we've replenished the requirements that we need, and especially if we if we can land the couple of players that we're speaking to at the moment, this week, we feel like we'll be in a really good position. And and we've got some young kids coming through the program. Isaac Burt, missed out on getting drafted, and he's got a nice scope to play some senior footy as a 19-year-old. And Nick Kramer and Luke Bogle and a couple of these other younger guys, Damo Freitag, that have been in our system for the last couple of years now, where we'll have some opportunity to play consistent league football over the course of the year.
And hats off, Jared, to all the players. When you think the salary reduction, the COVID,
yeah, the lot.
It's as I said, terrific for all the boys to get up and play the standard of footy they did.
Yeah, look, it's been a tough 12 to 24 months for all forms of work and industry, and footy's no different, and especially the sample. So, for the players to be able to commit the time and the effort that they do to the clubs that they love and play for is a credit to them, and same with the support staff and the coaches. Everyone's in it to support the club and make the club be as successful as possible. And we'll start the journey again for 2022 this week, and like I said, hopefully a little bit of luck goes our way with retaining players over the course of the next few months, and no surprises before round one. But we'll be thereabouts again. We've got a great club and a great program we're running, and it's a really enjoyable environment at the moment.
Beautiful, Jared.
Well done.
Yeah, well done, Jared. Thanks for your time. I'm going to back South Adelaide next year to win the flag.
I'd love to. Everyone's second side.
Well, they are. It would just be great for the sample, great for the club.
To have
great
three
for the
kids in the top, 40 or 50?
How good's that?
Out of one club.
And then the mid-season draft has butchered them for the last couple of years. I've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, well done to Jared White and South Adelaide. Plenty more to come, KG. We've got Val Miliaccio talking soccer, and one of our favourite bit is Tuesday, True or False. Back with more shortly. KG and World Sports Day SA for Weeks Homes, over 30 years building with steel. They're now hiring. And also Tyre Power, your trusted tyre expert. They can give you a $100 cash card with 4 selected Michelin tyres, KG. That is a good deal.
Absolutely.
We are talking soccer, and our soccer resident, as always, great man too, Val Miliaccio, joins us. The FFA Cup is on, and Adelaide City are taking on Melbourne Victory.
What chance?
Well, it's David v. Goliath, surely, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Valentino, how are you?
Very well, thank you, gentlemen. Nice to hear your voices.
And you. Tell us about it. Adelaide City haven't played a lot of football lately, have they? What's going on there?
No, well, they ended up winning the grand final locally for South Australia, and I'd say it's about 9 or 10 weeks ago. Sure. And so they're that far out. Essentially, this is their end of season. They shouldn't even be training. So Paul Pezos, the coach, has had to keep the team together because of what happened with the playoff match, and that was Perth Glory and Melbourne Victory. And I recall about a month ago, or maybe a little bit more, the chairman of Adelaide City called for a forfeit for one of the teams so that Adelaide City could get this game over and done with, because if they do happen to win, and you know what, guys? What? They've got a great chance, because Melbourne Victory, from last week's showing, they didn't play their best team. They played a lot of kids, and obviously there was a couple of senior players in there, but I think Adelaide City, and it's going to be hot, hopefully. Yep. Have got a good chance to cause an upset. And they've done it, back in 2014, they became the first local club to knock off Western Sydney Wanderers, who ended up winning the Asian Champions League that year. So who knows? Yeah, but the games at Mars, if Melbourne Victory can't win, they're in a lot of trouble, I'd say, Val. If they can't beat Adelaide City, as you say, haven't played competitively for weeks, they should win that and win it well. Well, they should, because obviously Tony Popovich has had, the bulk of the squad, and it's a pretty big squad they're cashed up, in pre-season training. Now they're at round 2. They had a good win last weekend. You'd favour them to win, but you never know, because, if Adelaide City, and Pezos is a very good coach, if he could perhaps structure the team defensively where they hang on and hit them on a counter-attack, and they've got some speed up front, namely Kirker is a brilliant player who was about to represent South Sudan a couple of months ago, but it didn't happen because of COVID. If they can get the ball up to him, I think they could cause an upset. Oh, now Val, what's the prize for the team that wins this championship? Well, this one's got a lot more riding on it than the previous editions, because the winner of this one actually gets a chance to play in the Asian Football Confederation Champions League. So that's a massive prize. And, just to get there, would be an achievement. But the thing is, too, as I understand it, there's a lot of clubs who haven't registered for 2022 to play in the Champions League. So that's another, how can I put it? Once we get to the final, we'll find out how serious the Australian clubs are about playing in this Champions League. But it is disappointing that not all clubs have registered for it, because it's a huge carrot. You're playing in Asia, you'll have a big audience,
Yes.
and it's potentially you could get yourself more sponsors, more popularity, the whole lot.
Go Adelaide City. Hey, Adelaide United, 2 draws to start with, a couple of tough
Yes.
games. They've been in both of those games. Perhaps should have even
Won
the first one in particular.
Yeah, they started off brilliantly again last weekend on Saturday, and they got caught out. At 2-0, I thought the game was done and dusted. But, Melbourne victory, I thought... No, it wasn't Melbourne victory, was it? It was...
Melbourne City.
Melbourne City.
Melbourne City, rather. They dropped their guard, allowed Adelaide United to get back in, and then that blooper from the goalkeeper right in stoppage time, and they earned a draw, which was great. But they've got a really good chance, I think, to get their first win of the season when they travel up to Brisbane to play Brisbane Roar. But, there's still a lot of work to do. What I don't like about what's going on in the A-League at the moment, there's too much transition. It's almost like watching a basketball game, and I think a lot of the teams are rusty, perhaps because they haven't played really good opposition in pre-season because of the inability to travel.
Val, Adelaide United, are they the real deal? Are they capable of snagging it?
Anything's possible. However, I think the more the season gets longer, you'll find teams like, obviously, Melbourne City are going to be the hunted because they're the reigning champion and premier. Then you have Melbourne victory. Sydney FC hasn't hit their stride at the moment, their straps at the moment. They'll get better. Western Sydney, I'm not too sure what's going on there. They should be a lot better than what they're doing at the moment. But I think they'll be the top 4 clubs that everyone else will be chasing. But if Carl Viet can get the boys to perform like they did last season, they'll get close. But I'm not too sure if they're good enough to actually win it.
What do you make of the new TV deal off Fox and on getting a game on free-to-air? It seems to be all over the place, Val.
Mate, we did not know how good we had it when we had Fox broadcasting the game.
I can't find the other bloody channel.
That's the problem. That's the main problem. Finding the thing.
I can't find it.
You get the app, and then you've got to stream it to your TV if you're rich enough to have a television.
No.
And then you get the slow stream. The wheel turns around. It's too hard to find for people like me
and me,
who's not really computer illiterate.
Yeah, and
actually, it's frustrating. They've got to be better than this. And I think it's going to cost them. If they don't fix it up straight away, it's going to cost them a lot of subscribers.
They've had a lot of hiccups early, but Fox did every game, didn't they? And you could you get them all. Yeah.
But like with Fox, you get your Fox. You pay for it. You use your remote control. Bang, it's there.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Yeah.
It was so easy. That's what you want when you watch sport, or when you watch a movie, when you watch anything. You want it to be easy instead of chasing. Get on your phone, put it on there, put it on this, put it on that.
Can't do that.
It's very frustrating. I think they need to fix it up.
Yeah, and one of your favourite players, Messi, Player of the Year again. I don't know how many times that is, Val.
Yeah, I don't know how many times it is either, but it's no surprise. I mean, he is the best player in the world. It's an individual award, and even though he went to PSG, because Barcelona apparently couldn't afford him anymore, it's a great honour for Messi. And Cristiano Ronaldo probably missed out because Juventus didn't have the best of seasons last year. But now he's got a lot of work to do with Manchester United. But we've been blessed to be in an era where Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have been, on our TV screens, and I've been lucky enough to see one of them live, for the past 15 or 16 years. It's just been an incredible time for football.
Val, just quickly, a question from left field. Do we need another side in the A-League? Remember those days, Adelaide City v West Adelaide? Do we need that sort of format?
KG, we do. Well, because as you know, with the Crows, they had it one way until Port Adelaide came into the equation. Then they've had their work cut out. They've had to work a little bit harder. Both clubs got better.
Exactly.
And I think Adelaide United's in the same boat. Pressure works wonders. And I think Adelaide United needs a partner that they can compete with. Not only do you get a derby and you get fans on the other side, but the administration works harder, the coaching staff works harder because you're not the king of the city anymore. You've got a rival.
Yeah.
I think it's good for the game.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Hey, Valentino, just closing. The band going well. You're an exceptional musician.
The band,
I know
I'm
that.
having the time of my life, Bill.
Hey, what do you do in the band, Val? What do you play?
Drummer.
Drummer.
I've always been the drum.
Well, there you go.
I've played in bands for many, many years. I've had to let it go because of the work with obviously News Corp over the years, and I've got back into it, which is fantastic.
Okay, I'll come and join you one
we'll
night.
come down for a gig one night.
Come down for the gig.
It's called Finally, by the way, boys. Look out for it.
Finally.
Love to Lisa,
Good
Val.
on you, Val.
Thanks, guys.
Good to talk to you, mate. He's a good bloke.
Val Miliaccio, knows everything about soccer.
He does.
Maybe have two teams here. And what about the TV rights? It's not a good deal, is it?
Well, no, it's not
When
a
you
good
can't
deal.
find it. When you can't find it in the drop of a hat.
I'm frustrated. I just threw the bloody control away. But we need another team in the A-League.
Well.
Adelaide City, West Adelaide, great days, great rivalry.
You need a lot of money. A lot of money
Oh,
required,
come on.
Cage.
You see, it all comes back to money.
It does.
Come on, Wills.
KG and Wilds, Sports Day SA. Sports Day SA, KG and Wilds. Time now for True or False. The all-new redesigned Kia Sportage medium SUV has been unleashed. You can find out more at kia.com/AU.
Love this True or False, Wills. I'm going to smash you tonight, Wills.
Okay, you can. If you are, you go first. If you're that confident.
Right, well, I'll make it easy for you first up. Alex Carey will be Australia's next wicketkeeper. True or false?
True, I think, but I heard.
No, don't say it's either true or false.
No, Blighty always said true-ish or 60-40.
I don't care, but Blighty's the king. He can say
Oh,
what he
now
wants.
he's not here. You're just ripping into him. I heard Dizzy tonight with Rowie, and he asked that same question. He said, well, I hope he's done enough. Dizzy said, I hope he's done enough, but Inglis is good as well. So,
it's a done deal. It's a shoe-in.
True or false? Marnus Labuschagne will make more runs this Ashes series than Steve Smith.
I'm going to say that's false.
False?
I'm going to back Smithy in here.
Are you?
Well, he's had a bit of a lean trot, and he's a wonderful player, great player, and great players come back. Now, Labuschagne's been fantastic, but I'm backing Steve Smith. That's false.
I thought you answered that well.
Thank you very much.
Okay, your turn.
On my turn, okay. Adelaide's new home, the Adelaide Crows' new home, will be at Brompton.
I think it will, but I like you.
See, here you go again.
No, I was going to.
I think it's either true or false.
I was going to bring it back to you. Should have been at North Adelaide, up the aquatic centre.
Well, that's a stuff up. That was.
Yeah.
The council gets a brand new swimming centre for nothing. Oh,
so that's true, but I'm not really for it. I think it will be true, but that Brompton's not my.
It's not what I asked you.
No, I said true.
Right. Okay.
True or false? Two of Adelaide's top three draft picks, two of the three will play in round one for the Crows. You got Shelley, you got Taylor, and Salongo.
I reckon that's true. Rochelle will definitely play. I was there today, and Matthew Nix is delighted to have him.
Very impressed.
Yeah, very, very impressed. He's a shoe-in to start, and I'll back one of the others to sort of make his debut as well. So there you go. After all the negativity we've been hearing about the recruits.
No, I like them. I reckon they did pretty well.
True, that is. That's it. True. Okay, Aussies will beat England in the coming Test Series 5-0.
No, false. England is still a very good side. They'll perform at least one of them, you'd think.
A very good side.
England have been...
They can't bat to save their life at the top of the order.
No, their bowling's good.
Well, I'm not
don't think
saying
Australia can
the
either.
bowling's good.
Australia aren't that good.
But who's their batsman apart from Joe Root?
Well, if they can get Stokes back in, they got Root. Burns has been a very efficient opener, can bat time. Who else is Bairstow going to make it, or who's going to keep for them? Or was it Butler? Who's their keeper?
Butler's a very good cricketer.
They got some good talent. Don't write them off, Cage. True or false? The first test in Brisbane won't go to the fifth day.
That's absolutely true. They tell me it's a green top, absolute green top, and both sides have got outstanding quicks. So if that's true that it is a green top, there's no way known. That is true. It won't go 5 days.
Are you done, or you got any more?
No, I'm done.
I've got one more for you because
Righto.
this guy's been an amazing sport person in motor cars.
Yes.
Jamie Whincup, Mount Panorama.
Yes.
He will win Bathurst in pretty well his last official race. He's going into administration. He might drive again there, but will he win it?
True.
He's one of the faves.
True, it would be a fairy tale country, and you know what? He deserves it.
Yeah. Been a good driver, hasn't he?
Oh, well, he's been more than a good driver. He's been great for the sport. Good individual, speaks well, interviews well. No, true, dead set
he's
true.
with Craig Lowndes, his driver. So that
and
should
Craig
be good.
Lowndes, who was an apprentice to Peter Brock.
Hey, we covered a bit of ground, the test match, the selection of when are they going to do that, hopefully tomorrow. The green top, the rain. Tiger Woods. Is he the greatest sportsman?
Roger
to me,
Federer.
Okay, that's your choice.
Thank you.
And don't downplay England, though. I think you're very cocky when it comes to...
No, I'm not cocky.
And we also spoke about, what about the interest in Test cricket? Is it because no one's been playing?
Well, as I said, I can't wait.
Yeah, but you're a cricket tragic.
Well, I am, admittedly. I'll be going to 5 days down here.
To me, it's the lowest key builder.
Well, it's because of the pandemic.
I understand that.
It's through no fault of, and the rain and the hubs and everything else.
Hopefully the crowds will come out in force.
They'll flock to the test series.
Well done, Cage. That's it for us. We'll do it all again tomorrow between 6 and 7. Bye for now.
Good on you, Wilds.